The surge of expectation that has surrounded Drake Bell, the appearance of new disclosures, and the hushed debut of a documentary have all managed to capture the attention of a great number of people. Bill was formerly a well-known kid star, and he will now be telling his story in the new television series Quiet on the Dark Side of Kids TV. Hi there and welcome back to Rumor Spill. This series, which is making its premiere in the middle of the flurry of internet conversation that followed his astonishing discoveries, gives Bill's courageous description of the terrifying circumstances he went through when he was only 15 years old. Yes, I had a strict boss back then, but back then, I was just a kid trying to navigate through it all, he admits, despite the challenging circumstances that he was working in. The topic of what Josh Peck, who was Bell's former co-star on Drake and Josh, has to contribute to the documentary is one that is looming large in the minds of many people. Bell reveals that he was abused in the past by Brian Peck, a dialogue coach who has worked with Nickelodeon shows such as The Amanda Show and All That. Before Bell began his role as the main character in the Nickelodeon sitcom Drake and Josh, which debuted in 2004, he appeared on The Amanda Show from 1999 until 2002. Following his arrest in August 2003 on 11 charges linked to sexual assault claims involving an unidentified kid, Peck was subjected to harsh legal ramifications in May 2004. Which ultimately resulted in a sentence of 16 months in prison and required registration as a sexual offender. Further developments in the matter occurred in October 2004, when Jeanette McCarty was involved in an unanticipated encounter. Peck's viewpoint was brought to light when he invited McCarty to appear on his podcast, only for the conversation to take an unsettling turn once the invitation was extended. For more than 20 years, Bell was able to disguise his identity as the youngster who was engaged in the case, but the confrontational podcast session with McCarty compelled him to confront his past. As a result of his unease with the contents of the episode, he reached out to Peck and strongly suggested that he get rid of it. Peck responded by proposing a second podcast recording to facilitate a more open discussion on the topic. The insistence of Peck, which suggested that McCarty owed them for the inconvenience, simply served to add another layer of complication to their disagreement. As the conversation progressed, Peck disclosed his idea that McCarty had blocked him, which further exacerbated the argument between the two of them. Peck's attempt to minimize the problem by claiming that it was simply the result of having a strict supervisor unwittingly increased worries about the culture at Nickelodeon as well as the purported problems that were brought to light in the documentary series. Peck's posture on this delicate topic was welcomed with suspicion and condemnation by a large number of individuals who struggled to reconcile it with the experiences of those who claimed to be victims of the culture of the network. Peck's motivations and his conflict with McCarty combined to create a complex storyline that could either address these concerns or refute the accusations made against Schneider and the network. Jeanette McIntosh's involvement and the revelations she made, which were a crucial factor in the captivating beginning of the documentary series, contributed greatly to the curiosity that was already present. The fact that these events and individuals have come together suggests that there is a complex network of problems and stories, which highlights how difficult it is to differentiate between individual complaints and criticisms of the business as a whole. Maxine Productions and Sony Pictures Television, in partnership with Business Insider, produced the documentary Quiet Onset, which explores the unpleasant aspects of popular children's television shows from the 1990s and early 2000s, especially those created by Dan Schneider. The series, which is directed by Mary Robertson and Emma Schwartz, sheds light on the dynamics that occur behind the scenes of these well-liked programs. Based on conversations with cast and crew members from shows such as The Amanda Show, Zoe 101, and Victorious, the investigation that Business Insider conducted into Schneider's tenure uncovered a pattern of behavior on production that was both unpleasant and inappropriate. Because of the detailed stories that best-selling author Jeanette MCC has provided of her terrible experiences while working at Nickelodeon, the series is gaining traction. In her account, Jeanette MCC described instances in which she was subjected to things like being yelled at during a kissing scene, being pressured to wear costumes that were too revealing, and being forced to drink alcohol. In addition to this, she detailed her experiences with a controlling individual who she referred to solely as the creator, who abused her emotionally.
There have been fresh testimonies that have come to light, most notably from Alexa Nicola, who is famous for her role as Nicole Bristow in Zoe 101. The unfolding drama has further evolved and become more complex. The atmosphere on the set was described by Nicola as being comparable to an oppressive and stifling bubble. She also shared that her experience was really unpleasant and that she had discussed the matter with an experienced writer. In an interview with Business Insider, Daniela Moname, who is most known for her work on the television program Victorious, expressed her worries about some outfit choices that were made on the show. She believed that these choices were excessively suggestive and improper for her age. Additionally, this narrative shed light on charges filed against Schneider.
These allegations include a complaint that was filed in the year 2000, in which he was accused of creating a hostile and gender-biased work environment. Additionally, this narrative brought to light disquieting demands for massages from adult female staff members. The broadcast of the documentary series After Bell, which revealed Josh Peck's involvement as the complainant in the 2000 case, thrust him into the public eye. This prompted Nickelodeon to publicly address the troubling facts that surrounded Bell as well as the ambiguous aspects of his confession. Nickelodeon praised Peck for his bravery in coming forward and expressed its dismay and grief for the challenges he faced. Given the trust that Peck's parents placed in him before he eventually adopted the twin roles of Bell's manager and confidant, the narrative of Peck is particularly moving because of this trust. However, a distressing incident at PC House one morning shattered the established trust. This event prompted Nickelodeon to publish an official statement regarding the matter. The statement underscored the network's commitment to fostering a professional and secure work environment that is free from harassment and other forms of inappropriate conduct. It also highlighted the network's thorough process for examining any formal complaints that may have been filed. Nickelodeon has reiterated its commitment to the well-being and best interests of its young stars, notwithstanding the difficulties that have arisen in conducting verification of claims that date back many years, in order to ensure that it continues to uphold its high standards and fulfill the expectations of its audience. The network has established a number of safeguards during the course of its existence. These safeguards extend the network's duty of care beyond the cast and crew to include all young people who are associated with its shows. A dark cloud is cast over the otherwise joyous narrative of the industry by Bell's tragic testimony of abuse that occurred during his formative years. An unsettling exchange between a young Leonardo DiCaprio and Brian Peck has been brought to light by a piece of tape that has recently appeared on X, which was once known as Twitter. The video clip depicts Leonardo DiCaprio engaging in a conversation with Peck that appears to be lighthearted but is actually suggestive. The conversation is characterized by lively banter and physical gestures that hint at a more unsettling undertone. The film takes on a more menacing tone when Peck makes a statement about Leonardo DiCaprio being the most recent and appealing young star. In response, DiCaprio flexes his muscles, which gives the video a more evil tone. The revival of the video has not only triggered a reevaluation of previous occurrences, but it has also sparked a more extensive discussion on the experiences of child performers inside the entertainment industry. The protection of youthful talent is the primary concern of both the general public and those who study the entertainment industry. This worry is heightened by the difficulties that Leonardo DiCaprio faced throughout his early years in Hollywood. The advent of documentaries and the bravery of individuals who are prepared to describe their experiences are the two most important steps that have been taken toward disclosing the widespread problems that are affecting the entertainment industry. A highly alarming scenario that is not limited to the corridors of Nickelodeon is suggested by the possible scale of affected people, which may conceivably stretch far beyond Drake Bell and Leonardo DiCaprio. Moving forward, the continuous efforts are aimed at fostering an environment within the sector that places a priority on security, safety, and responsibility. This will ensure that everyone involved will have a safe and secure working environment available to them. These achievements represent a significant step toward resolving the systemic challenges that have long obscured the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry. They also emphasize the significance of vigilance and change in the process of protecting the well-being of the most vulnerable participants in the entertainment industry. Subscribe Rumor Spill for more videos.